magnetism, and she just reaches right through people when she sings to them. There's a difference of being entertained by, someone who excels in music, or being entertained by someone who excels in the theater of rock and roll. You know what I mean? Like, they're not one and the same, and the quality has to be maximum on either one. But there's just something about the person that can make you stomp your foot, and also reach people like you say, the kids and the girls that all have the Stevie look. I know all the lyrics. She just reaches right into what they want to hear, or is talking like directly to them, and still gets them completely excited. It's like with Stevie, I did shows in places I'd never been to. It's like more of a rock and roll circuit that exists in the country. We start hitting towns like Little Rock. There's these holes around the country that for years I'd never seen. But someone like AC/DC, those guys, or any of the rockers, are always on that circuit. So I like that.
We'll be right back with more of Stevie Nicks' Rock a Little Tour right after this. We're on the road with Stevie Nicks. Here's lighting director Curry Grant.
I don't know how you can be appropriate for Stevie. I mean, you try to design like lace or chiffon things, and she comes in and goes, "Come on, listen, I'm just a rock and roll singer,
How do you design a stage for Stevie Nicks? It's not easy. It has to be mystical for Rhiannon, elegant for Beauty and the Beast, rock and roll for Enchanted, exciting for I Can't Wait. Sound impossible? Wait until you see it. Once you dress the stage, you have to dress the band. There's only one rule in that department. Everyone has to look wonderful. In fact, Stevie says she doesn't want the band to wait for opening night to look great. If you look fabulous at rehearsals and sound checks, you'll sound fabulous.
I tend to get very dressed up every single night so that everybody knows when I walk in that this is serious. I don't ever go to the studio in jeans and tennis shoes, ever. I always dress like I'm dressed basically now. I always dress up because I know if I walk in there, even if I'm 10 pounds overweight, and I'm dressed up and I look pretty, that everybody in that room says, "Wow, she must have really thought she was going somewhere. Because look at the rest of all you." And I insist upon it with the girls too, because it's like, if you don't look like you care, after these guys have been around you for a couple months, you're going to become like an old shoe. I am never going to become an old shoe to any of the men in my life, ever. So they're always going to take me serious on that basis. And it's unfortunate that you have to do that. It's a big game, but it works. I thought it was a great idea. You've got everything. You've got radio and wine coolers, How happy could you be? I think it's great. I'm real glad.
Stevie Nicks' Rock a Little Tour, brought to you by Sun Country Coolers and the Westwood One Radio Network. We'll be right back. Some artists worry about getting in shape for a long concert tour. Not Stevie Nicks. The secret is you never get out of shape.
I never stop dancing and singing. So I never really lose my stamina. I mean, I dance and sing every day for hours. And, that's why I can bounce down in the splits that fast. I can dance all the way through stand back and play the tambourine right now. And I haven't done it in 2 years, 3 years. But I can do it because something just comes into me that says, once again, go ahead, Lily. You can't play the tambourine halfway through the song and then just quit. And have everybody go, "Oh, what's the matter with her?" So you're going to do that, don't play it at all. Don't even start. So I never let go of that initial stamina that keeps me, dancing. I mean, I dance through life. I think it's a very good way to remain young.